Okay, I thought I'd show how to tie this one. This is awesome. Mop Fly with dumbbell eyes and some enhanced dubbing. This is going to be a killer little fly for anything. And I learned this, well, I've tied a lot of mop flies, but this is the best pattern that I've seen. Martyn Flicking Feathers, Martyn White, I believe his name is. So, hook that I'll be using is a Gamakatsu size 6 glow bug C14S. Any thread you want. I'm going to use pink because I create a little hot spot up in the front. By the time you take just a few of these off for your patterns, it really hasn't damaged the mitt at all. This is a mitt for washing cars. That's where you get the mop material from. Dumbell eye, 4mm. Important to put it back far enough so you don't crowd the front of the hook, because you have to pull that mop fly forward. Let's make a series of cross wraps and under wraps. Advance the thread back to the bend of the hook. Super glue. And definitely wait for it to dry or you'll have your, well, actually I like to put a couple thread wraps over. And wait for it to dry a few minutes before you carry on. Take the mop material and just singe the area where you made the cut. And I will also singe the back. And at the end, when we're done, I resin the back and I resin the head of the fly too. So measure it off so that it comes right to the eye. Give yourself that amount of material so you can tie it off. And now you're going to tie right here at the bend. Bring the mop back, make some wraps to cinch it in. And now you can form a dubbing loop, about 4 inches. And then bring the thread, advance it all the way forward by the eye. Dubbing spinner, connect that, and then that is what I'm using, Peacock Butter Dub. All different colors from Fly Tires Dungeon, dirt cheap. Have a pinch of that. And with this stuff, you really can't get the fibers going east-west too good like laser dub and other materials, but do your best. Get it all centered anyway. And put it into your loop. Spin it up. And take a comb and comb it out because you're going to have some fibers escape. and take your hackle pliers and make sure you give yourself some thread, a good 1.5 inches, because you're going to need it to tie off in the front. And then cut it off and just palmer this in behind the lead eye and in front of the here's where you need that thread. You're going to come up front here and brush all those fibers back. This is where you're going to tie off. Remove that. Then you're going to stroke these fibers down as best you can. Grab a hold of that pretty good, pull it forward over the eye, and start wrapping. And you got a music medley from my son Jesse. Never leave home without him. Okay, so here's where I take Trip from Dave Whitlock, amongst others. Everyone uses it. Put some super glue on your thread. Brush on applicator. Get that out of there. Now still a couple hitches in there. Get off. And now this part here, I've done a different things with it. I will cut some, and then I will, little trick I learned, heating up the bodkin and putting it right in the hook eye. Trim all that back as best you can. I'm gonna get that hook eye cleaned out. Then you can take your lighter, just touch the eye, and burn the fabric back. Heat your bodkin up. Clean out that eye. And get it from the top too. Take this off the vise, and I will pin it now. So then I'll take this fabric material and trim it below hook bend. And then I'll take the back, this hump, and give it a mohawk straight across. Makes it more streamlined. Then I'll take my Solaraz brush on, thin formula. And give this some durability, because it's going to be bouncing on the bottom. And I'll also do the tail for those pesky bluegill and stuff that will be nipping at it. Ultra Fire Light, rechargeable battery. Buy one, they're worth having. And then I'll also trim the sides so that those little whiskers and legs and are only down low, hanging below the fly. And that is your little mop fly with dumbbell eyes, so it'll hop right along the bottom. I think I tied up a bunch of these already. Good luck tying this, guys.